off the charts powerful was that Tonto Peranto interview we just had. Chris, TontoPeranto.com, former Army Ranger, 2nd Battalion, 75th Ranger Regiment, private security contractor, had deployed throughout South America, Central America, the Middle East, North Africa. He also worked with the U.S. government's global response staff at CIA, coordinating low-profile security and high-threat environments throughout the world. He was part of the CIA's Annex security team, was responsible for the responded to the terrorist attack of the U.S. Special Mission in Benghazi, Libya, September 11, 2012, which had nothing to do with Islam. Helping, I mean, sarcastic, folks, to save over 20 lives while fighting off terrorists from the CIA Annex for 13 hours. Mr. Peranto's story is told in the book, 13 Hours, written by Michael Zukoff and the 5 surviving Annex security team members. And there he is saying, we're ready to arrest George Soros if everybody else is scared for their families. Because obviously you go after him. That's the reason nobody wants to. He's so dangerous. He's a mafia chief, a true James Bond villain. And saying that if they're trying to organize a coup against Trump, the military and veterans need to be prepared to deal with it. If Trump starts doing unconstitutional stuff and taking our freedoms and selling our country out like the globalists have done, I'll come out against him in seconds. I have no allegiance to Trump, except for the fact I know he's for real and actually trying to execute the return of the republic. So then I have total allegiance. This isn't about personalities or being part of the power structure. We are still the outsiders. We are still the resistance with a small beachhead in D.C. And just look at the $3 trillion in the stock market, the best small business numbers since 1984, and so many other good numbers. But you read the IMF, the World Bank, the World Trade Organization, the United Nations, all the groups. By the way, I'm not trying to talk like that. My voice is getting deeper by the day. I think it's the oak pollen every year. It's about this time. It just gets on my larynx, and sky's the limit. It's a pollen orgy down here in Austin. But the fact is, history's happening right now in front of everybody. And I watched more press conferences last night of Pelosi. She can't even talk. I should make a whole segment of the show every day about her, like, doddering, clearly has Alzheimer's. I'm not making fun of that. You know, my grandfather had dementia and kind of Alzheimer's stuff before he died. I loved him. He wasn't there anymore. It was really sad. She's the leading Democrat in the Senate. Doesn't know what planet she's on. Maxine Waters, one of the leading Democrats in the House, has the geopolitical understanding of a 10-year-old, a dumb 10-year-old. Trump got the idea to drain the swamp from Putin. He told him in his ear, and the Russians invaded Korea, yeah. And Trump did. He helped them, he invaded Korea. And then Pelosi's like, oh, Bush is the president. Bush is bad. I mean, it's like, what the hell is going on here? This is who's dominating us? Desperately trying to stop Trump cutting taxes and dialing back Obamacare? Don't you want your constituents to be successful and have a good life? Don't you live on the same planet, lady? No, she's almost 80 years old. God bless old folks. I love them. But she doesn't know what planet she's on because she's obviously had about 100 plastic surgeries. That woman's getting plastic surgery. So is Maxine Waters. She's getting her hair done every day. Maxine Waters is a good-looking woman for her age. But she's dumber than a box of rocks. So's Pelosi. You got these basically 80-year-old women who look like they're 20-year-old supermodels, you know, in the style and the hair and all this crap. Listen, ladies, you don't know where Korea is. You shouldn't be in the Senate. By the way, there's North and South Korea, sweetheart. And the North's run by a psychotic demon firing missiles every few weeks at Japan for no reason, threatening nuclear war. And the news is like, Trump shouldn't respond with threats of military action. What the hell is he supposed to do? Somebody pulls up in front of your house with a big, giant 50 cal mounted, fully auto machine gun and says, I'm going to blow your house up. The first time I heard that, I'd go get a rifle, quietly stick it out the door and shoot the person right between the eyes. Kim Jong-un is running around with nuclear weapons. I'm going to blow up Seoul next week. I'm going to blow up Tokyo. You're talking a couple hundred miles away for Tokyo, 30 miles away for Seoul. I'm going to kill you. It's like a crazy little fat guy who couldn't fight his way out of a wet paper bag. And it's just like perfect archetype of government worship. They're ruled and enslaved by a total wimp on a narcissist power trip. What? Like, take somebody like, I talk to a lot of folks in the military, like guys that have killed 400 people. I mean, everybody thinks Chris Kyle killed the most people. The Army doesn't put down people they kill. And they tell me Chris Peranto is the baddest of the bad, okay? Like Jedi level, doesn't even think about it, just starts shooting people, hardly ever misses, and just doesn't even think about it. The bullets all just missing. And imagine a guy like that who's ready to serve and give his life for you any minute because he's so alive. He's so dialed in. Total individual, but collectively dialed in. Everybody's ready to die right now. To somebody like Kim Jong-un, this little fat, I'm not bashing fat people, I've been fat too, but the point is he's just this little soft, pudgy, wannabe tough guy walking around. Let's put some photos of Kim Jong-un with his eyes bugging out, acting powerful, and he's so delusional. 10 years after Dennis Rodman was uncool. 10 years after Dennis Rodman was the joke of the United States, this delusionoid, Zomtrembioid, this body-snatched creature, is running around laughing that he's got submarines and threatening to blow up Japan as if he'd be alive 5 minutes after he launches that missile. But he doesn't care because he's delusional like Pelosi. And like Maxine Waters and like Michael Moore and all the rest of them. And Jake Tapper. These guys, all they have is getting us to respond to them. That's why they say outrageous stuff all the time. The average CNN show has 100,000 viewers or less. Local radio shows in big cities have that. But they sit there in a suit. I'm Jake Tapper, and I've got 300,000 viewers, and I'm going to officially say this is what it's ridiculous. Trump says there's a thing called the NSA, and it was spying on him because we reported it was spying on him. That's crazy, isn't it? I'm Jake Tapper. Let's go to the next CIA guy. Here. You're another blue blood elitist family member. Let's go to Anderson Cooper. Yes, next. I'm Anderson Cooper on a power trip. Let me tell you all day how the sun didn't rise this morning. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say, see, I told you so, that communist Chinese-style net censorship was coming to the web, because it's already here. It's being announced. The way you keep the internet open and free is you get involved more than ever. Go to Infowars.com/app. A new battleship in the fight. Infowars Live, available right now. We're looking for a crew to man it. You gonna sit down and play games and be a trendy? Or are you gonna be part of history? Don't sit by and let the internet and free speech be stolen from you. Take action.